Oh man. Oh man. You talk about somebody that's exhausted, that's tired. It's been a long day. Oh, let me get some lights on. Get some more lights on. There we go, so y'all can see me. Oh man, what's happening, everybody? What's good? It's close enough to 6. I think it's 6. Or close enough to 6 p.m. What's happening? It's your boy Onyx here with Going Full Nerd once again on a Sunday, 6 p.m. And as you may have seen from the title, from the graphic that led you to this, is that I finally watched The Batman. The Batman. Matt Reeves, The Batman. But before we get started, and you know I like to let the funky music play every so often, but that's it. What's happening? Okay, hey, like I said, I just got back in not too long ago from watching Matt Reeves' The Batman. But before we get started, before we even get into me talking about what I thought of The Batman, or let me get it right. Let me get my voice right. The Batman. I'm gonna go ahead and play the shameless plug because truthfully, I think this movie led me to drink. And while the shameless plug is going, I'm gonna go ahead and fix me a drink. So shameless plug time, everybody. What's up, everybody? It's shameless plug time. So thanks for checking out the podcast, Going Full Nerd. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe everywhere possible. So look for Going Full Nerd on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, GoingFullNerd.com, and my Twitter handle, ONYXXX1969. You can also listen to the audio version on its home, Anchor.fm, but also on Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you consume your podcast listening pleasure. Hey guys, let's get on with the show. And getting on with the show is what I do. This is a Johnny Walker Black type of show right now. When I say, oh my gosh, matter of fact, let me do a couple of things right now. First of all, I don't need this going off while I'm trying to do my thing and hearing all sorts of beeps and clicks and hums and whizzes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Batman. The Batman. The Batman. The Batman. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute. The Batman? You know, I'm sorry. I just had to do that one. But The Batman. Oh my gosh. Whew. We rebooting this dude again and again and again. I mean, how many Batman movies have we had, folks? How many? We had Batman, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, Batman Returns, The Dark Knight, just Batman vs. Superman, Batman Begins. You know, we got a lot of Batman movies. A whole lot of Batman movies. Man. Oh, I really needed that. I really, really needed that after going to see it. And honestly, at just under 3 hours, I still ask myself, did we really need to get another Batman film? I mean, honestly, let me take these off because I don't want to seem like I'm yelling at you guys. I am fresh out of the theater. Okay? I am fresh out. I'm talking about literally, I just got in the house a few minutes ago, fresh out the theater. And honestly, I apologize. I'm going to apologize in advance because I know everybody doesn't jump out and goes and see these movies on opening weekend, opening day. Sometimes people, I mean, we still got somewhat of a pandemic going on, so some people aren't feeling going out, getting in crowded movie theaters, and it is what it is, and I totally understand that. How many bats does it take to make a box office hit? Don't know. don't really know. Now, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say that I might not say what you think or what a lot of people might feel about the Batman movie. And I'm calling it The Batman because that's the name of it. It's Matt Reeves, The Batman. I mean, we got a great cast. And honestly, I've seen a lot of reviews online also. I've seen the reviews from people online. I've seen some good reviews. I've seen some bad reviews. I've seen some indifferent reviews. But it's all relative to how you feel about seeing another Batman film, being that we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you count the Zack Snyder, that's 9. Batman vs. Superman, 10. We have at least, what is that, 11, 12 Batman? 11 or 12? But that's cool, man. It's cool. I mean, everybody has a different take. Everybody has a different feel. And everybody has a different opinion about Batman, which, everybody knows when I'm on the channel, I have opinions about Batman. I have my Batman opinion on what I feel is the best Batman, on what I feel Batman should be, and that's understandable. I mean, I do that. We all do that, and we all got what we like. So let's go ahead first and acknowledge, as I try to adjust my mic to make it not annoying to me. But what else, what about the different things about Batman? Now, let's take a look at the official synopsis of this film. And with this official synopsis, then I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to talk about the cast. I'm going to talk about the length of the movie, okay? And then I'm going to talk about a couple of other little things that I feel are worth talking about before I give you my final impression on what I think about this movie. Now, here goes the deal. Now, the official synopsis says, Batman ventures into Gotham City's underworld when a sadistic killer leaves behind a trail of cryptic clues. And as the evidence begins to lead closer to home and the scale of the perpetrator's plans become clear, he must forge new relationships, unmask the culprit, and bring justice to the abuse of power and corruption that has long plagued the metropolis known as Gotham City. That's the official synopsis. I like how they threw in other words. The metropolis of no. Do not use the word metropolis in your synopsis of Batman. That's Gotham City. This Gotham supposedly based on Chicago, but it is what it is. Everybody's got a different opinion on that, and I'm cool with that. But I know I've voiced my opinion on it a long time ago. I never knew how I felt about Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson of Twilight fame. Now, I like everybody else have had different feelings about the Twilight guy. All right? The Twilight guy. Playing Batman. I mean, I really had, reservations on this. But I'm going to say there are a few things that I really did enjoy about Robert Pattinson playing Batman. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Onyx said there were things he enjoyed about Robert Pattinson playing Batman. If this isn't a surprise to a lot of you, I know. First of all, his Batman voice was not bad. I think he had a better Batman voice than Ben Affleck. He had a better Batman voice than Christian Bale. Because here goes the thing. Most people's Batman voice ends up going, all right, I'm the Batman. I'm getting ready. How's my bat? Is my Batman voice good? I'm the Joker. I mean, it's usually a bunch of grunts and growls, but I really liked his Batman voice. His Batman voice had it had a good sound to it. It had a good sound. But his Batman look, it just seemed out of place. Now, I understand they try to say that this is a more classic looking Batman outfit, that this Batman outfit is something that, it was supposed to be earlier in his Batman career. And this is the excuses that were made early. These were the excuses made early when everything started showing up. Now, I'm gonna say the Batman suit, I am not a fan. Not a fan of his Batman suit. His Batman suit, his whole Batman look, it seemed so out of place. I understand they were trying to get a mix of classic and newer and keep it grounded and things like that. No. They need to go back to the drawing board with his Batman suit. Honestly, that's just me. Next, let's talk about his Batman fighting style. His Batman fighting style was very brutal. It was very, very brutal that I had to check the rating of this movie again. I had to check the rating of this film. This film is rated PG-13. But the way he was fighting people, I was like, wait a minute, hold up, let me see what the hell is going on here. And lo and behold, it was PG-13. He put some foot to ass in this one. I'm going to give Robert Pattinson a thumbs up for his Batman fight. For his Batman, I'm getting into this. I'm going to say it. But what else do I think he could have did a lot better? First of all, I don't know who wrote this. I don't know who choreographed a lot of this stuff. But when I looked at Batman throughout this film, I said to myself, this motherfucker bulletproof. Pardon my language. But he took a lot of gunfire. Now, I'm used to watching Batman a lot. I watch Batman in animated. I watch Batman on TV. And I watch a lot of stuff. And I understand the desire, the need, the want to keep some of this grounded. Some of the words, some of the things came out in some of the promotional stuff. Matt Reeves was like, I don't want to introduce superpowered people in this. I want to keep Batman grounded. I want to keep it level. So if I get more than one movie, there's not going to be any superpowered people. Superman not going to show up. None of this stuff. No Wonder Woman showing up. It's just going to be straight up Batman grounded. We're going to do this. But this mother is bulletproof. I mean, shotguns, rifles, handguns. Everybody been shooting at this Joker through the whole movie, and he been taking it. Even though we got all of this exposed, nobody could shoot this Joker in the jaw. I spent 20 years in the army. I think I could have shot him in the jaw. personally. I think I could have blew the bottom half of this Joker's jaw off, but that's cool. It's a comic book movie, comic book physics, comic book aim. These dudes shoot just like stormtroopers. At least they were hitting him in the chest where all his bulletproof armor was and shooting him in the back. Nobody shot him in the leg. Nobody shot him in the arm. It's just ping, ping, ping. And then he just start wearing them out. But it is what it is. Now, Batman is known as the Dark Knight Detective. But inside of this, his detective skills were really kind of sporadic. He had some great detective skills in some moments, and then a lot of them were left wanting. I mean, everybody knows by now the main villain is the Riddler. But the thing about it is, the Riddler, they figure out the riddles. Let's do this, okay? But the problem is, he figured out some of the riddles, but couldn't figure out all the riddles, which is kind of cool. You don't want him to solve it too quick, because Batman's Batman. And, you got to be able to draw this out. And remember, I did mention this movie is 2 hours and 56 minutes long. Say it again, 2 hours, 56 minutes. Every time you think you coming to the end, another twist comes up. But here's the thing. I'm looking at the comments. It's like, bullets bounced off the metal bat symbol. No, bullets bounced off of every bit of this Joker's body. Everything. Shoot him in the jaw. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But that was this. Now, I do dig some of the Easter eggs. There's an Adam West Batman Easter egg in here. And a couple other things. I'm cool. The thing was, he had that Adam West, I'm cool with the police type of vibe. And then with some others, he was like, no, I'm the vigilante. I'm the vengeance. I'm at night. So they had a decent mix of that. But, I know we're not into seeing a retelling of Batman's origin over and over again, but we really didn't get how the relationship was blossomed between him and Jim Gordon. We didn't get the relationship between him and the city. You got some overviews, you got some things. It was modern day because you had social media, you had a Ford Taurus, a police car of choice, a Ford Taurus. Okay. So it wasn't like, we're going to get this 1920 style Batman. No, this was modern day style Batman. Modern day. So, it is what it is. But we deal with it. Because why? We got a freaking bat signal. We got a freaking bat signal. Up. Crooked mayor, crooked cops, Gotham City. Got to pour a drink on that. Got to have a drink on that one. Mm-hmm. And we got a bat signal. Everybody's looking for this vigilante, but Bruce Gordon got a bat signal on the roof of a building, shining it in the sky. Okay. Yeah, and when I start talking about character development, it wasn't necessarily, like I say, it wasn't an origin story. And it really took to assume, which I kind of appreciated, because it wasn't insulting my intelligence as a longtime comic book fan. Don't tell me. I know what Batman is supposed to be. My problem is they tried to mix too many of the different points that everybody likes about Batman instead of sticking with one thing. I give Zack Snyder one thing. He grabbed onto the violence of Batman and stuck with it. Forget being a detective, but he took one thing about Batman he liked and he stuck with it. Matt Reeves, on the other hand, he tried to take everything what everybody likes about Batman and tried to sprinkle it all in. Plausible. It was all right. Now, product placement, we got it in the movie. Little Caesars If you blink, you miss it, but I guess that sinks in with the Bat Calzone that was released, and that's cool. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But let's continue on. Let's continue on. And the last thing I could say about Robert Pattinson and his Batman portrayal, other than never fight with a cape, it could get you jacked up, is I really, really didn't like the emo Bruce Wayne. It felt so out of character. It did not give me a Bruce Wayne vibe. Robert Pattinson, you heard me say it here first, is a decent Batman. He's not the greatest. He's not the best. I'm not going to even marginalize him and be like, oh, he's good. No, I'm not going to say that. He is a decent Batman, but he's a crappy Bruce Wayne. I disliked his Bruce Wayne. I want my Bruce Wayne to be a smooth ass playboy, not an emotional kid with mommy and daddy problems. That's just it. I mean, even though we all know, breaking down character-wise, Batman is a person with mommy and daddy issues. That's part of his origin. It is what it is. But the way they created those issues, I'm like, yeah, okay. But his emo Bruce Wayne out of character. They need to do something. I would rather if he had Twilight hair than that emo mop on his head playing Batman. But that's just me. That's just me. Now let's talk about Zoe Kravitz. Lisa Bonet's daughter, Lenny Kravitz's daughter, Jason Momoa's stepdaughter. Hope my wife ain't watching. Zoe Kravitz is about as fine as her mama. But anyway, let's keep going. She, as Catwoman, she had great fight choreography. Couple of the things, I compare the comic books. They changed the character's family ties, the family dynamics to make her the daughter of someone else. But the same thing was there. The same dynamic was there. So I kind of credit that. They dug deep. They adjusted it. That was pretty cool. Here's the thing. I see what you're saying. His secret identity is Bruce Wayne, playboy billionaire, and the real him is the Batman. But I'm sorry. He knows how to play the game as Bruce Wayne. This Bruce Wayne didn't know how to play the game. That's all I'm saying. This Bruce Wayne had issues. This Bruce Wayne... But anyway, let's get back to it. Thing about Catwoman, poor character development. I mean, we got kind of a rushed origin story of her in here. No flashbacks, just kind of her telling the story and her motivation. Got it. It was really weak. Think we could have did more. It was a 3-hour movie, folks. It was a 3-hour movie. You could have spent at least a good 15 more minutes on why Catwoman is Catwoman. It just really didn't feel it. Now, don't argue. I'm not going to sit here and argue with people. Some people are going to be like, yeah, but they explain why she got involved, and they explain this, and they explain that. No, that's just to catch you up so you don't complain. I am talking true character development. I mean, you hyped her up as a main character. It is what it is. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. Next, let's talk about the main villain, played by Paul Dano, whatever you how to pronounce his name, the Riddler. Not our Frank Gorshin from the 1970s. Riddle me this, Batman. Not that. But this guy, he was pretty cool. I liked it. He spent most of his time in the shadows. But I will say he was a loose adaptation of Jigsaw from the Saw movies. Honestly, I felt that Riddler and Jigsaw were interchangeable the way they had the dynamic. This was pretty freaking awesome. It was cool. So I kind of like what they did with the Riddler. And it reminded me of the Riddler from the Arkham games, the Batman video games that, were on PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that. Assault on Arkham, Arkham Asylum, and all that. It reminded me of the Riddler of those, leaving clues around for you to decipher things and follow I love that. And that was excellent choice to have as a villain in here. Now, that's not the only villain that made an appearance inside of this movie. And one of the people, the villains, was the almost unrecognizable Colin Farrell. Yes, Colin Farrell. You remember him from SWAT. You remember him as Bullseye from the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. But here's the thing. He played the Penguin, or Oswald, a.k.a. Ozzy Cobblepie. I mean, and he put his own spin, his own take on it, which was way different than what you saw on the Gotham TV series, which is way different than the Danny DeVito Penguin, which is way different from the animated series Penguin. And I put it this way. He played it like a badass gangster. And I will say that Colin Farrell, in my opinion, stole the show with what little he did in the film. He was very enjoyable to me. His scenes to me were the best parts of the movie. When they say, you cooking food and you want that person to know that food tastes so good, you put your foot in it. He put his foot into this role, and I really, really liked it. And I really feel that they should, if they do another Batman movie, which I'll get to you on that, he needs to be a good villain. I know they tease all sorts of stuff. They always got to tease the crown, the prince of crime. They always do that. But my line is, let's focus on some other villains. Penguin is a formidable villain. I don't give a damn what you say. And he would be good. I like it. I like it. Next, let's talk about Detective James Gordon. Not Commissioner Gordon, Detective James Gordon. Played by Jeffrey Wright, who is now getting pretty cool fame from being the animated voice of the Watcher on What If on Disney+. But Jeffrey Wright, I am going to say, he was probably the most vanilla James Gordon I've ever seen. And he has to be the most crappy detective in all of Gotham City. He must be the most pure of heart, but he's got to be the crappiest detective, because there are things that you sit back and say, really, man, you ain't know all this? Everybody else doing it, and they doing it all around you, and you don't know. You just run around with this dude in a leather suit with a cape. I got you, player. I got you. All right, no problem. All right. So, what are the things that I felt was absolutely wrong about the movie? I don't know. I'm not going to say anything was absolutely wrong. I am going to say the movie was long as hell. 2 hours, 56 minutes. That's almost 3 hours. I purposely was in there thirsty as hell in the movie theater because I didn't want to miss anything. I did not want to miss a thing. So I kept the bladder under control. No water, no soda, no juice, no nothing. I'm sitting up there parched, spitting tumbleweeds, just so I could make it through this film without having to go through the bathroom, just so I could talk to you guys about it. Now, next, I am going to say, I could say Zack Snyder likes his sepia tones. That grayed out yellowish that he had in the Justice League, the Snyder Cut, Batman vs. Superman, Man of Steel, and stuff like that. But what I will say is Matt Reeves loves the color red. Oh my gosh, the red tones in this movie were off the chain. Everybody was red. Red here, red there, red everywhere. Now, red is one of my favorite colors, but good Lord, that was a lot of red. A lot of red. Now, being that the Batman had a budget of it was around 185, $200 million. They did pretty good because so far the box office this weekend, and it had an opening of about 128.5 million. So it's on track to make its money in theaters. Now, that's not even talking about the fact that AMC Theaters is actually charging more for you to see The Batman because The Batman is more popular than the other movies they have going on in their theater. So be aware of that. If you go to Regal, if you go to AMC, or if you do like I do, go to Alamo Drafthouse. I'm not endorsing any of these places, but AMC is charging more to see this film. Is that good? Bad? I don't know. Do what you wish with that information. Now, did we really need another Batman, or do we need a sequel to this Batman? I am going to say, no, we did not need another Batman, but I wouldn't mind seeing another Batman in this series. Why do I say I don't mind? Why? Because this movie was grounded for the most part, and it was pretty good. Yeah, we had some unrealistic things with Batman getting his ass kicked on a regular basis, being bulletproof, and recovering from injury rather damn quickly. That added to the comic book flair of it, and if you don't think too much about it, it's not much of a problem. Now, this film itself should satisfy many of the traditional Bat fans like myself, but it should also appease some of the newer, more physical Batman fans, such as, I don't like saying violent, but the ones who were fans of Batfleck, because you got a combination of the two. Also, it shows you can have an action-packed, physical movie rated PG-13. So all these people that are worrying about The Punisher, Deadpool, and all that not being rated R, this actually, they pulled the rabbit out of a hat and showed you can have a movie that's edge on your seat, action-packed, and have the physicality and still keep it PG-13 without being overly gory. There's a number of jump scares in it, which are pretty darn cool, and it kind of leaves you on the edge of your seat, kind of click and open the mind of imagination. Now, what does your boy give Matt Reeves, the Batman? What does the Batman get? Well, the Batman actually gets a 4 out of 5. The Batman, yes, I give it a 4 out of 5 on the Going Full Nerd scale. It is a decent movie to watch. It is good time to kill. If you're killing a matinee, go check it out. If you want to pay full price and get away and enjoy the crowd and run the possibility of sucking in COVID, that's on you. I put the mask on, I sat in my theater seat, and I had a good old time eating my food and watching the film. Don't go in there expecting a whole hell of a lot. Just go in there, watch Batman, enjoy Batman. Don't overanalyze it, because I just took my time and I did it. So that's the deal. Now, I am going to make a plea to Warner Brothers, and that is, please, 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 let me do my James Brown. Please, please, let's go ahead and get some other characters out here. I mean, I know you got an HBO Max series for Green Lantern in production and getting ready to come out, but I'd rather see Green Lantern movie. You know, make a Green Arrow movie. I know we had the popular Arrow and Stephen Arnell did his thing. Make a Green Arrow movie. You know, I know we got Black Adam coming out and you're introducing a lot of cool characters. Go do a World War II with a Justice Society or something. Infinity Inc. You know, you're introducing Cyclone, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher inside Black Adam. Let's get some of those characters you don't know. Matter of fact, if you want to impress me, Warner Brothers, you want to do something real cool, this is what we do. You go ahead and you go into the future and you get me a Legion of Superheroes movie. Oh my gosh, would that be freaking awesome? Just saying. But anyway, that's all I got for you. That's my synopsis / thoughts on Matt Reeves, the Batman. If you like that, hey, I got some more cool stuff coming to you. And hey, it is what it is. I got me a new camera. I'm not doing camera review. What up on my camera? Okay, I know I've been talking about it. I've had it for me. I got my new camera. I'm getting all the pieces together. It's looking real good. I'm going to be doing some live vlogging. Live vlogging. Okay, going to do some live vlogging. Hey, and we got some other things that we need to check out, and we're going to talk about them. Oh, Dead Man would be good. Oh, a Dead Man. Oh, Dead Man would be a good. And you don't even have to follow anything. You can make it a standalone. Oh, that would be so freaking awesome. But I'm going to be doing some live vlogging. Whew, can't get it out. I think Johnny Walker's messing with my talk. But anyway, guys, hey, peace. And as I always like to say, remember, if you can't say something nice to somebody, don't say it at all. Send it to me on Twitter. Let me say it for you. And for those of you who are fans of The Boys, I can't wait to see The Boys come out with the new season in June. But too bad the star Anthony Starr will not be around for it. That dumbass award comes out this week, and I'm glad you hear it, is from me. Hopefully first, he got a year in jail in Spain for drunk driving. Whoa. So looks like The Boys may be without Homelander. Let's talk about that later. Anyway, as always, let me hit that funky outro and peace, y'all. And I am out of here. We're going to go out just the same way we came in. Guess I got to hear the music my darn self, huh? Can't dance if you can't hear it. Well, he may not have spent time in jail, but come on, man. How stupid can you be? I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm probably not one to talk about having a drink, but I can tell you right now, call this your public service message or not, I don't drink and drive. That's crazy. And yet to go into another country? Oh, man. Come on, player. I mean, look at all this. What's her name? From the Phoenix Mercury, USA Basketball, Griner, facing up to a year, 10 months in jail, 10 months to a year in jail in Russia for drugs in her luggage? Come on, really, folks? I mean, let's be stupid. You know, I mean, I'm going to call it like it is. Call me judgmental. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, hey, if you're new to the channel, please make sure, I think if you're watching the replay and you stuck around to watch all this, there will be a little subscribe button right over here. Please click that. And also, it'll recommend a couple of videos afterwards. Kind of look at those and go through the whole library of bullshit I put out. Oh, it would help if I didn't call it that. Man, I hope I could get up to 5,000 or at least 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I mean, we're trying to raise money for Children's Hospital, and, you know, the more views, more revenue, watch the ads, all that stuff, and then bigger donations and memberships and all that. Anyway, peace.